Hello everyone and welcome back to the garden. It's a lovely day but it's a little bit of a chill wind, so hence I've got my coat on. Thought we'd just show you the frame that I've moved up the garden, and then I didn't like it there so I've moved it back, nearly back to where it was, and I'm going to have it here this year. This is the cold frame that I use. What it is it's got the insect mesh on but double layers, so it's a little bit more insulated than a single. They're the red onions that we grew from sets. They're doing quite well, so they need to come out now. The broad beans, I'm afraid that's all I got out of that packet, which is but there's enough there for what we want. And these are some of the meteor peas that I've put in here, and then the other half I've actually put in the fruit cage. Now what to do if it's going to be a cold night, I just put a fleece over them and then shut the lid. As you can see, there's a double insect mesh there and then the fleece, and it will keep quite a bit of frost off. I shall use the frame, and I've put a mat inside at the moment, and then when we're finished with these pots and trays in there, we'll take that material out, dig it, and then we'll use it for the salad crops. I have 4, I think they're 30-litre containers that we're going to put the potatoes in. These are the first earlies, they're called Swift. And what I've actually done, I've mixed some of my compost with a bit of soil, and put a little bit of bloodfish and bone in, not a lot, and then that's all they'll really get till the finish. As you see, it's made a good growing medium with our own compost, and I put a little bit of old bark in as well, which has just opened it up a little. Here they are. And these are the Swift. I picked 9 of the largest ones to put in the pots. They're well sprutted, you can see they've been in the shed. Now, with them being first earlies, I'm not going to de-sprut any. I'm going to leave them like that and put them in, top it up, and let them get on with it. Now we're just going to bury them as they are, 3 of them. See, the well put in, they'll be fine. And then one there, that one I think. Put that one there. Now this, I'll top that up in a moment. These pots have been here about 2 hours in the sunshine, and that compost is warmed already. So you can imagine they're not going to be long. Let's pop them all in first. Nice potatoes, but you can feel the warmth in there. Oh, 3, it was 4. We're just these 3. There you go. I've only put 9 in at the moment. I'll fetch 3 more for that tub, and the rest of the first earlies will go into the garden on the sunny part of the bed, so we can get those done early. We'll just top them up. You can let them grow and then top up again, but what I should do is fill them up, let them come up, and then if the compost does shrink back a bit, I should put a bit more on. I think I could do those. A bit more in that one, I think. There you go. That little bit can go in there to get rid of. I popped the name tag in so you know what they are. just give them a little bit of water, and then we'll go and put some beans in. We'll give them a good soak. They sat out in the sun, so most of it evaporate anyway. And I shall leave them here, and then if it's going to be a very cold night, I'll just come out and put heavy duty fleece on them. There shouldn't be any problems. The only thing that might happen with these is, because they're against the greenhouse, they might tend to stretch a little bit, so the tops might be a bit bigger than normal, especially bigger than the ones that we're going to put in the garden. We're just going to nip up now to the table outside the shed and put some of those beans in. Made our way up to the shed at last. The seeds I'm going to put in this week are here, but I'll also show you my board that I've made, so I know where all these plants are going to go. I do tend to forget, so I make a board, and then when I've got the young plants ready, I look on the board where to put them. These seeds are what I'm going to put in this week. The dwarf bean safari, they probably go direct into the hang on. I've got 2 chickens that want to lay an egg in the same nest. Now there's 6 nests there for them to go in. They always want the same one, so that's what that noise is for now. The squash hunter will do all these 4 into pots and then take them out a little later. They don't have to be out just yet. Gourds, they're the ornamental ones. We do like a bit of winter decoration, so we like those. Pumpkin and courgettes. And then what I shall put in today is a coco de pampole. They are the dwarf beans, they're the white ones. Diane likes those, so we'll put those. I won't put all those in, there's a lot there. They're the ones we saved from 22. I'll put some of these beans in while the chickens sort themselves out who's going to lay their egg first in that one nest. And while I'm doing that, Diane will show you some of the things we filmed earlier planting the seeds. Now if you remember, we're setting the peas meteor half in the garden and half into root trainers, so when I put this in, if the mice don't eat it, then we've got another row from the root trainer, so we'll have 2 rows. If they eat this, then we'll use that one. Now I have soaked them in water a little bit. They could have done with a bit longer, but we'll have them in. We'll just put a few, scatter them. We'll just thin them along right to the end. There's plenty there. We'll just thicken this end up a little bit and that'll do for those. There you are. Plenty. I'm just going to cover them with this soil. It is a little bit lumpy, but I'm sure it'll be alright. Do one side and then do the other, and then just pat them down. Make sure those are covered. Just cover them up. When we have some more rain, etc., it will flatten it down quite a bit, because as you can see it's quite lumpy, and that will break down nicely. I'll just finish this end off and then we'll go and set some more seed. Now we've got those peas meteor out in the fruit cage. This will be the other half of that in the root trainers. The other thing, I've already preset the sweet corn. Now that's all we got in that packet, so that's what we'll cover up. We'll put some of the gnarly sugar pea. And these are small peas. I'm not going to soak them, but they should be alright in there. We'll put 2 in each. I'll do a couple of rows and then put them all in. Right, I'll finish this now. Now, with them being peas, we're going to cover them with the vermiculite, which is the medium grade. It's a bit bigger than what we use for seeds, but it'll do the same job. It's a bit better for the bigger seed. Take quite a while to come up, the sweet corn, but they will get quite big, and they'll be about the same size as these peas are when they're finished as well. So there'll be no need to separate the two, but if one grows bigger than the other, then I'll separate them. Put plenty on. Not something you want to do in the wind. Right, and then we just flatten it with the back of the scoop. Push it down. And what I should do is just lightly wet it for now, because these will have to go down to the bottom greenhouse. So we'll just put a little bit of water on it to hold it down, stop it blowing away. Oops. We've still got some. Now when we was down in the greenhouse, we said we'll set the calabrese, so we'll do it now. This will be for later in the year now. How many seeds have we got? 50 seeds, so half and half. See if we can get 2 sets out of it, if we can. No, we won't. That's it. There's a quick 50 in there. We'll use different vermiculite on this because it's smaller seed. There we go then. As you can see, it's a lot finer. But as I say, that's medium and that one's fine, so it's quite a difference. There is another one that we've got in the bottom shed which is very, very large. Right, that's that done. Quick shake. And label. Again, I'll just try and put some water on it if I can. Just hold it down. for now. Going to put in later this afternoon the beetroot monita in those 2 trays. I'm going to put the sonesta, which is the yellow beans, which we quite like those, in this tray of root trainers. There's quite a few in there, so I'll just put 2 in each, and then we might have to set again so we get a follow-on crop. Now that's what I'll be busy doing today. I don't know if you can hear Mr. Gray is sat with one of his girls who's laying an egg, and that's the noise he makes to comfort her while she's laying. Can you hear? Bless him. I'll finish these later today, maybe this afternoon, and get them taken down to the bottom greenhouse, so you'll be able to see them down there all done, and then we'll start to get the next batch ready. That's those beans in. That will actually go into that cold frame, and as I say, at night if it's going to be cold or frosty, I'll get them fleeced down. So that's one tray. I'll do the other ones safari in one. Safari, if I remember right, that's quite prone to frost, so we'll probably put that in some of these root trainers and then put it into the bed itself. And I'll put these seeds in later in the week, but I will show you what I've done. Now that'll be it for now. Thank you for watching, and hopefully we'll see you in a few more days. But notice how the days are warming up. If we can warm the land, it'll stop freezing at night. We're just having air frost. See you soon. Bye now.